Hello everyone, I'm Black Marvin and I have a special video for you today. If you have a short attention span, just know that Fractal Sounds is now 3 years old, and to celebrate that, there's a sale. All the sounds are at 33%. I know it's conceptual, but if you're curious about the origin and where this project is going, stay tuned because I've got some stories to tell. So first, Fractal Sounds, 3 years old. Thank you, because if you're watching this, you're somehow involved. You know, you're just somehow involved on some kind of level. So thank you for being here. Fractal Sounds. It started during September, during the big Coco. So what happened is, like, in January, before everything went to crap. I released my first Black Marvin album. Things were going pretty great. A lot of stuff boiling up, and you could feel that there was a nice momentum. But this thing happened, the infamous Coco, and like many musicians, many producers, was the rug was pulled under my feet, and basically I was left with this problem that was, I want to do music every day. What can I do to do music every day? And at the time, I was already working with Ghost Hack. I was already making presets, making samples. I was loving sound design. But, working with Ghost Hack, I was fulfilling projects that were needed there. So I was not necessarily choosing what I was working on. So I was calculating all these details, and I decided to go ahead and start Fractal Sounds, basically start my own project, my own brand, in order to be able to choose the projects I was going to work with, because I realized I loved sound design pretty much as I love just creating music. So that was nice, but I wanted to choose my own projects. So I'm not saying at all that Ghost Hack was just aiming for heavy hits on the market when it comes to project. All I'm saying is I wanted to do stuff that was more experimental and just like that could give unsure results, and that's a business choice that not all business take. So yeah, and I think it really shows, because the very first pack that landed on Fractal Sounds was Sludge for Multipass. So those are presets, but not even for Faceplant, for Multipass, which is, it's still pretty niche. Faceplant is more and more known, and everybody should know Faceplant, but Multipass is not the main thing of the Kilohertz ecosystem. So, and I made some filters that were sludgy. So that was the idea. So not something everybody needs, like, kicks or serum presets or just samples in general. But yeah, that's what I wanted to make. I just felt at the moment that I was exploring with the Kilohertz ecosystem, and I felt there could be some ways to just transform the sound into sludge. And I made a preset pack about it. So I think that was also some kind of just like a fun statement to say, like, well, this is what's Fractal Sounds going to be. And yeah, from that mindset emerged, I would say, 3 big pillars of what Fractal Sound product are today. And I would start with the granular sources. We currently have 2 granular sources packs. There's like 4 in total, because there's a version for Faceplant for each of these, and there's a version for Pigments. And inside the version for Pigments also it's kind of included just everything that supports granular, really. It's mainly Pigments, but it works in everything that can load a granular sample, and that also includes the Micro Freak. And I've had some amazing results with the Micro Freak. I brought these live, actually, and there's a video of it on the channel. But yeah, anyway, lots of fun. Getting ahead of myself here, but granular sources, there's also more coming soon. It was requested by some users. In January, I always do a poll of like what you guys want to have, what sounds do you miss in your collection and all, and more granular sources definitely appear. So obviously that was loved by you guys, so I'm gonna make more. And granular sources, it's very, once again, it's a very niche thing. I realized that after speaking with many producers in music festivals and just producers in general, not everybody knows about granular synthesis, and not everybody's into it as much as I am. But man, this is still something I consider like underrated. And I'm not gonna go into all the reasons why, because I kind of do that in many videos on my channel. So if you're curious about that, just browse some stuff. Anything that says granular in it is gonna, it's gonna expand on that topic. Another big pillar of the Fractal Sounds collection is the wavetables. Wavetable is, since Serum was not necessarily the first, but it was the first to like give access to wavetable synthesis so easily and so broadly. So, since the inception of Serum, now we can work with wavetables. And man, once again, I feel like this is a bit underrated, because it's literally like taking the snapshot and taking like the DNA of a sound, then you load that as like a cartridge into a synth, then the engine just interprets it, and then boom, you have this waveform that you can work with. And like you can hear still to this day, this concept fascinates me. So that's why I like to do many wavetables pack. Currently there's the Prophecy analog style wavetables, which are captured from analog synthesizers, analog signals, and they gravitate a lot towards the classic waveforms. Saw, square, and pulse, and different variations of that. So if you want to load the power of like an analog synth style inside a wavetable synth, this is great for that. There's the Quantum Fold series, which recently had its second volume. Quantum Fold is just expressive wavetables. It's great for psytrance. It's great for anything that you need warped sound and crazy stuff. 11 months ago, I released the Acid Splash wavetables, which are many shades of the acid sound, the like acid screamy sounds. Once again, that you can load into your favorite wavetable synth. And this came along with the Acid Vortex for Vital. That was like a sort of a bundled release, because it's very close concept. All the Acid Splash wavetables were used inside Acid Vortex. It's the fuel behind it. So that's another angle on the wavetables. And I'm working on a new angle that I don't want to talk about it right now, but stay tuned on the channel. You'll see some works of it. But I'm working just on a different idea, different approach for wavetables. And I think it's going to be cool and complementary. And even, these series, the Acid Splash, the Prophecy, Quantum Fold, there's still a lot of sounds to explore. And I'm going to continue to do that. Last but not the least, the third pillar is the presets, obviously. And still to this day, I haven't made any Serum preset pack for Fractal Sounds. I've made plenty for other companies, but that's kind of the problem. I was just sick of Serum for a moment, so I wanted to explore other synths. One bank I'm really proud of is the Vertigo preset pack for Faceplant. And the idea behind this one is it is strictly made of granular sources. Obviously, the granular sources are coming from Fractal Sounds, and the result is just very unique, quirky, special. And now I'm working on another Faceplant pack, which is going to be more like essential, classic, refined for the classic stuff you can hear in modern psytrance. So obviously there's more presets coming up, but also a lot of presets for niche synths. Stuff that you hear less. Like for example, so far we have some stuff for DS Thorn, which I'm pretty proud of. It's such an underrated synth. There's not many content for DS Thorn. I want to make more of that. And still just that mindset, you know, there's a lot of synth that I have on my list that deserve presets, that need sounds, and that have so much potential. And I want to bring these sounds to life. I want to bring these sounds to you. So stay tuned for that. There's a lot of development on that side coming up for sure. Also coming up, masterclasses. It's coming up eventually. I prefer making things correctly, sharp, than rushing things. But if you want to have access to some of these modules right now, and this is going to lead me to my next point, it's already available for the members of Fractal Mentorships, which is a mentorship program that I'm developing. I still consider to this day it being in the beta form. That's why I'm don't promote it fully yet, but this is soon done. It just needs a couple tweaks here and there, and this is really the kind of stuff that I prefer being done properly than rushing things. You know, there's no rush to, but there's already an active community, some active members, and the fact that it's in beta is just, there's still a couple tweaks I want to do. But if you want to have access to these masterclass right now, they are available inside the video vault if you need some more information on that. But yeah, this is something that is going to be deployed fully in the near future. There's also that on the horizon for Fractal Sounds. I also wanted to mention that there's some stuff coming up for the artistic side. So Black Marvin tracks, Solar Punk tracks. I wanted to keep this video very focused on Fractal Sounds, but there's also that obviously coming up in the near future. All right, big thanks once again for being part of this. If you want to stay a bit closer to the information, obviously being subscribed to this channel is a good way of doing this. Also joining the Discord if you haven't already. There's some discussion there. Great way to stay tuned with new tutorials, new sounds releases, the live stream, all that stuff. And yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to see you very soon in a new video with some new sounds. I'll see you. Happy producing.